Welcome to Lessons with Laura. Today we have an amazing visitor, Clement Kammwamba.
Hi, my name is Clement Kammwamba. I'm 20 years old. I'm from Malawi, Africa. And I've been here in Colorado for about now 6 months. I was attending a 4-month program at Watson Institute and graduated in May. My project is about youth empowerment centers, so developing this center to help the youth in our community to start their own businesses and yeah.
And this is his last day in the United States.
Yeah.
He's flying to Malawi in Southeast Africa tomorrow. Can you tell me about some of what you've been doing here, particularly a little bit about your art and entrepreneurship?
Okay. Yeah, so I came here in January. I was attending the 4-month program at Watson Institute, and after I graduated, I couldn't go back because of COVID. So during this time, I've just been painting and exploring a lot here in Colorado, and yeah, just growing myself as a person, but also growing my artistic skills. So.
Could you just tell me a little bit more about your art and like what inspires you?
Yeah, so I started art as a young kid. I was in school, I think maybe about 4 years old, 5 years old. I always loved to draw. But the problem is that like the community I live in, people take art as something maybe like people just do for fun. But I've always wanted to pursue like in art, you know, like mostly fashion designing and also painting. So in 2017 I got the chance to go to Los Angeles, where I attended a 1-month program. That's where like I really realized my passion for art, and that was something that I really wanted to do. And after that I went back to Malawi, and once I graduated I started teaching my fellow students back in Malawi at the school that I went to. For me, it's the people around that like inspire me, and just the things that I see around, things that is like happening in the world, and just.
So can you tell me about a few subjects that inspire you, like anything really specific in Malawi?
So like for example, like some of the pieces that I've done, like I would say I did a piece on albinism. Yeah, so it's there was this time when people with albinism were being killed, and yeah, it was very bad. They were being killed. People believe that their bones have like, I don't know, so they were being killed and being sold. I did a painting just to address the issue. I did that in 2017, and I looked at it and just saw the beauty of like how these people who are considered to be money in Malawi. I just saw it like, if maybe I can do a painting and show to the world that these people are like very beautiful and they're just like the same as we are. It inspired me a lot, and you know, a lot of people like gave me very good feedback, so that's what keeps me going most of the times.
So it sounds like you've combined your like social justice mindset and combining it with art. Can you tell me about the role of art in a so-called emerging economy, or what people would sometimes say developing country like Malawi? What's the purpose and role of art just for you? Like what role do you think it plays?
The other reason why I love art the most is that like as artists I feel like we also teach the most, but also we also inspire the world. For example, before I came here, we did a very big mural project about road safety, and we displayed those murals in schools, and we went to like very big colleges in Malawi. We invited people like the police department and other departments in the country. It was very successful. We got like very good feedback, and people like started taking action. So like for art, for me, I feel like art is a very powerful tool like to bring change to the world, plus also like to inspire and let people know what's happening in the world.
When you talk about that, and then also mention police, I can't help but think of the Black Lives Matters movement. Since you've been on the ground in the U.S., have you seen the role of art in Denver or Boulder or LA or other places where you've been living?
Yeah, so I actually got the chance to go to Denver and saw very, very beautiful murals, and it inspired me a lot. I decided to also make a piece actually. So I did this piece just to address the issue about like Black Lives Matter, and it was also like just great to practice with charcoal because that's something that I'm not really good at. Yeah, so it just represents, as you can see, these are the chains and it's being locked, so it's just to show like there's the freedom is still not there like for black people, and yeah, it's just, you know, it's crazy to see how black people are treated, and you know, yeah. So I did this piece just to address the matter and just to show like how freedom is not being, you know, like black people are being oppressed, and they're not like, they're not treated as people. So
yes,
yeah.
So this kind of larger sense of diaspora, like Africa being connected to African Americans, we know that we've, got that link through slavery in the U.S., but that isn't always made in solidarity, so that's exciting. Thank you. You also mentioned earlier in your art activism that you personally have made art about climate change.
I did this piece, I think it was in 2017. It was about global warming, and the piece was basically just, so it was like an ice cream globe and the cone, so the globe was like kind of melting to show global warming, and for me just to show where the world is going, and like if we don't change and if we don't take action, what might happen at the end. As you can see, a lot of things are already happening. In 2015, I think we had a very, very, very bad floods in Malawi.
Yes.
It was so bad, like a lot of people lost their lives and a lot of people like lost their properties, and actually my family was also affected. Our house fell down, so it was very bad, and just to see that and creating this piece, I feel like it's very, very powerful.
Thank you. Is there anything else we should know about any of your entrepreneurship projects, your art, anything you'd like to share?
I was actually working on a venture here. Yeah, it's called Youth Empowerment Center. So we're planning on developing a youth empowerment center in our community. So the center was all about teaching people like vocational skills. So for example, like art, carpentry, then entrepreneurship courses, so that people can be able to start their own businesses. It's very hard to like find jobs in Malawi, even after you graduate. Like jobs.
So sort of engaged, practical skills on the ground.
Yeah.
Part of our audience is a group of students. Some of them have never studied Africa before. It's a huge continent, very diverse, more than 50 countries. Tell me a fun fact. What should they know about Malawi, your home country?
First of all, it's one of the poorest countries in the world, but the people there are the happiest people, I would say, in the world. Yeah, everybody's smiling, people greet you all the time, and we're always helping each other. The people are very warm, and it's called the warm heart of Africa, actually. Yeah, so we also have Lake Malawi, which is a very beautiful lake. We have a lot of fish in there, and
I've heard some of the fish are completely unique to that lake that you can't find anywhere else in the world.
For example, we have a fish called chambo. It's the best fish I've ever tried in the world. It's amazing.
To eat, but also to look at. People go snorkeling. Okay.
Yeah, so I would say Malawi is like, for me, I feel very proud to be a Malawian. I haven't grown up in a very rich neighborhood or something like that, but the culture that we have there is very powerful, and it has, like, shaped me to be whoever I am today.
Yes. So you're very entrepreneurial. I have to ask the question about The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. Now that book has also been made into a film. I believe it's on Netflix. But can you tell me a little bit about the famous entrepreneurs who wrote The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind?
Yeah, so his name is William Kampwamba, and I'm Clement Kammwamba, so that's the difference. So for him, he's like a very, very big inspiration to the world, most particularly in Malawi. Seeing like where he come from and like what he has achieved and how many people he has inspired in the world, it's just like so great, and it gives a lot of people courage and motivation to keep going on. So
he had to leave school. His parents could not afford the school fees. There was a drought, but he was able to flip that and pivot and make it positive by collecting pieces from the school and the city junkyard, and then building up this windmill, which wasn't just a cool thing, but it actually functioned to help water the crops and solve the problem of the drought.
It didn't only help him, but it helped a lot of people in his community. It's like a very big issue. Like in Malawi, we have problems with water, we have problems with like electricity and stuff. So like having him do what he did, like it helped a lot of people, and I think it saved a lot of lives.
Could you tell us a few words in your language? Could you tell us about the language that you speak, in addition to English, obviously?
I speak Chichewa. So like how are you is just like Mulibwanji. Goodbye is Tonana. Yeah, we have like Tonga, we have Lomwe, we have a lot of languages, but I don't speak any of those. Okay. I just speak English and Chichewa.
Is there any fun fact that you'd like to end on, or impact piece, just message to your audience?
Yeah, I mean, I would say maybe like for the artists, I think it's very important to keep on doing what you're doing and to try and bring change on the subjects that are very, very powerful these days. For example, like the Black Lives Matter, the climate change, like whatever you can do to create these pieces and just to show the world and see, what can happen. It can bring change somehow. know,
social change through art.
Yeah.
And tuonana.
Yeah, tuonana. Yeah.
Tuonana. Goodbye.
Yeah,
We'll miss you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I hope your last day is a good one.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah. My Instagram is Clement Art 1. My Facebook page is Clement Malawi Art. My email is clementosjuniork@gmail.com.